What's up, you guys? All I can say is buckle up your seatbelts. This is going to be a little crazy ride for those of you that are going to take it with me. Um, this is going to be very heavily about God. So if you do not want to be listening to something about the Almighty, then, well, see you later. For those of you that do believe, if you are comfortable with your belief in God, with your relationship, whatever level that might be, if you're comfortable with that, um, and steadfast in that, then you might not want to view this either because, well, I'm speaking to the open-minded individuals. I'm speaking to those curious about more because they feel there's more. They believe there's more out there. I'm speaking to those that wanna wanna increase their awareness with the Heavenly Father, with the Creator. Um, those are the individuals I want to speak to. Well, I want to speak to everybody, obviously, but those are the people I'll tell you now that are gonna want to watch this. Everyone else, well, God loves everybody, and God is everything. So, anyways, I have a lot to say. I know I can't say it all in this one video. Um, so much to tell you guys. Um, have no idea where to even begin. Where to even begin. So I'm gonna just wing it. I mean, that's what I like to do anyway. I like straight from the cuff. Um, not gonna water it down too much for you guys. I'm not gonna feed you too much because the things I have to say are kind of life altering. I mean, if you really get a grip on what I have to say, it could change your life. I mean, it could literally it'll destroy you. What happened to me is I was destroyed and reborn. I was reborn. I was literally the old me is gone, the new me is here, a new awareness. My eyes are open. So, anyways, let's move on. So there's a carpenter and he's a good carpenter. He does his craft. He does his craft well. He's been doing it for a long time, and he decides to make a dresser. So he goes out and he actually goes out and finds a tree, the appropriate tree for him and his project, and he cuts it down. Then he brings it and slices it. He slices it and starts forming boards. He starts making boards out of this tree that he chopped down. Everything is done with absolute precision. So he makes his boards after he sawed it. He made his boards, measured everything out. Then he starts banging nails into it, hitting it with a hammer. Starts hitting these woods and shaping these things, these wood into what he wants it to be. So he's screwing, he's banging, he's knocking it, he's doing all that. And then he sands it, you know. Once it's shaped up into what he's liking, he sands it all down. Then he throws a little polish on it, and when he's done, he's created a masterpiece, a piece of perfection, exactly what he set out to do. He created what he wanted, exactly what he wanted. It came out exactly how he envisioned it and how he wanted it. Not one flaw, not even one. So that's how good he is at his craft. So the tree, the living tree, was just living there, flapping his little leaves around, sucking up the carbon monoxide and producing some oxygen for us to Even the carpenter, I'm sure he breathes some of its oxygen, right? So, anyways, it gets chopped down. And even after he gets chopped down, that ain't, it's only beginning, right? It's only beginning. Because then he's getting sliced up, banged up, nailed up, uh, you know, carved on and sanded. And I don't think it appreciated any of that. But then, all of a sudden, it was done. All the bangs and dings and bumps and scrapes and cuts were over. And there stood a masterpiece. The tree is now a beautiful piece of furniture, a masterpiece. It's exactly what the carpenter wanted from the tree. And the tree is exactly what it's meant to be. That's funny, right? All the bangs and dings and bumps, the cuts and slices, they hurt. I know they do. They're painful, suffering. But every time the carpenter did something to that tree, every hack of the axe, every swing of the hammer driving the nail in, everything was done with just so much care. Everything was done just enough to make that tree into what it was needed to be. It wasn't hit so hard that it was destroying things that can never be repaired. It was done exactly perfectly. So if you can imagine what I'm talking about, it's not hard to figure out. God. God is the carpenter, and we are the trees. Simple as that. Let's go. So on Facebook, earlier on Facebook, I posted a question in the power of words. The question I posed was, who or what controls death? Who or what is in control of death? Who makes that decision? Who has the power to make that decision? So most of you guys watching, most people posed this question would answer simply God, the creator. And that's right. I mean, it doesn't get any more clear. But what a lot of people don't really understand is how right they are. They don't look at the full picture. So, the creator, the one that brings forth life from nothing, I mean, like, the only thing that can do something like that, the ultimate creator, the power, the one power. Excuse the interruption. But, anyways, the one power, the one creator, the only one that can bring something from nothing, is the only one that could take that away. I mean, life is life is given to us, and it could be taken away when he's ready. I mean, plain and simply, when he's ready, and we all know this, when it's our time, it's our time. Uh, a lot of us Christians or whatnot, we like to believe, like, when he calls us, I mean, he calls. I mean, what can you do? Ain't 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 no set time. It's on his time, his watch, right? We know this, but do we really understand how in control of death he is? I mean, not gonna lie, this might scare a lot of people. It's gonna shake you up a little bit because it's it's definitely not what things are definitely not exactly how we've been led to believe, how we've been raised or taught or learned, however you want to put it. It's a bigger picture out there. It's a far bigger picture. It's a bigger world, and it's a far bigger picture than our minds are even capable of trying to grasp. Fortunately, mine grasp just a little bit of how ignorant we really are. We just I'm blessed. What could I say? But anyways, this will scare some people, but whatever. So anyways, God being in control of death. A lot of times we like to put things on the devil, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him. A lot of times we like to put bad things that happen on the devil. I mean, drive-by shootings. Look at Timothy McVeigh. Timothy McVeigh rented a U-Haul, little U-Haul truck, packed it full of fertilizer or whatever other elements there was, creating a bomb. Went parked in front of a federal building in Oklahoma, drove down a couple blocks and blew that thing up. Man, blew that thing up. 168 people died. 168 people died. Several hundred others were injured. Timothy McVeigh then went on to being captured rather quickly, being captured and executed all fairly quickly. It all happened pretty fast. Um, so, anyways, Timothy McVeigh took a U-Haul truck, and killed 168 people. Took 168 lives, human lives, people that exist. Uh, Killed 168 of those, and let's make it 169. Let's put him in it because essentially he killed himself by killing all those other people. So 169 people died, and several hundred others were injured in some form or fashion. Broken leg, paralyzed, scrape, you know what I'm saying, smoke inhalation, whatever. You know, that is a lot going on. So, what a lot of people would classify that act as is evil. That was evil. That was that was simply evil. Everybody got that. Everybody, elderly, children, uh, young, vibrant people. Everyone got that touched everybody. That incident touched all, and a lot would classify that as evil. Did the devil lead Timothy McVeigh to pack a U-Haul, make a U-Haul bomb, and kill and injure all those people? Was that the devil's work? A wise man once told me we give the devil too much credit. And that's very true. We give the devil entirely too much credit because is the devil capable of creating something? Can the devil from nothing create something? Can he create life from nothing? I mean, we like we have been told that he has all this power and holds all this sway and all of this, but wasn't he not created as well? And was he not given what he was given? I'm just saying, was he not given whatever he was given upon his creation? I mean, there was no other way for him to acquire such power as we can only assume or imagine that he possesses. I mean, was that not even part of what he was given when he was created? I mean, Yeah, we're told that, he was a favorite angel, or, whatever, and then he had a disturbance with God or whatever, and, left heaven or got kicked out or whatever. And so I can only ask, does God make mistakes? Does the Creator make mistakes? I mean, the words have been spoken. He is the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning, and the end. He knows what was, He knows what is, and He knows what will be. The words have been spoken, so being the Creator, making something from nothing, does the Creator make mistakes? Does He? The answer is simply no. The answer is simply no, you guys. The Creator creates exactly what He wants to create. He creates exactly what He wants to create. He's the carpenter. We're merely the trees. Is it for us to sit and really try and contemplate, judge, fathom what He's got going on and how He does what He does? I mean, He's the Creator. And we also know that He shapes and molds each one of us to His design. His will be done. You can't get around that. You can't. His will be done. He is the Creator. Understand that. He creates what He wants to create. Does the Creator make mistakes? Who controls death? These are powerful questions. Powerful questions that I know, the answer to. I'm so blessed. Through my short journey, I have learned so much. I'm so blessed. And I'm thankful every day. I want you guys to know I'm thankful every single day to fully acknowledge and accept the Creator as everything in my life. Literally everything. But the question for you, I still ask, is who controls death? And we'll also add in, does God make mistakes? I mean, did the devil drive Timothy McVeigh to create a bomb and kill 168 people? So I'm to believe that somehow the devil has the power to kill people? So what is it? So pretty much he controls death? And we're talking about people here, you guys. We're talking about just simple us, people, life. Um, Sometimes it's easy for us to forget that God is life. God is everything. God is in everything. Everything that breathes or moves or thinks or wiggles or grows or anything with life is of God. Because you can't go without that power. You can't go without that in you. You can't. We belong to him, plain and simply. We we are of him. So, am I to believe the devil somehow can kill people and can dictate, the devil can somehow dictate to God, the one power, the creator, the one who created him, the devil can dictate when God has to relinquish life in an individual or a, a plant or an ant. I mean, you know, the bee. Who controls death? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. So Timothy McVeigh killed 168 people, including himself, 169 people. And then a mother somewhere else, some other time, gave birth, carried the baby for 9 months, a full, regular pregnancy, no signs of worry or trouble or anything. Carried the baby for 9 months to full term. Labor wasn't hard, gave birth. The baby enters the world, takes 3 breaths, and dies. The doctors can't resuscitate the baby. They don't know why the baby died. The baby died. The baby came in, took 3 breaths, and was like, dead. Who did that? Who did that? Why'd that happen? Why would that happen? So, the foolish thing that I just did was I questioned why the baby died. I questioned why the baby took 3 breaths and then died. Why would that happen? Who did that? Why would that happen? That's tragic. That's sad. A mother carrying and bonding with a baby for 9 months with no signs of worry or distress or anything, and then the baby is birthed, 3 breaths, and died? That's tragic. Why would that happen? I mean, the doctors can't even find a cause. Why would that happen? So when I say the foolish thing for me to do is question why that happened, the reason that's foolish for me to do is because I understand that God controls death. I understand fully that God is the only one in control of death. He's the only one. There is no power greater than. And can't no one dictate to him who's going to die, when they're going to die, or none of that. None of that's going on there. That's clearly not the picture. The foolish thing for me to do, which a lot of us do, I'm merely giving an example, a lot of us do, would be to question it. Why? Why the baby? Why would the mother have to get so attached, and the father and the family? Everybody's expecting this little bundle of joy. And when the bundle of joy comes, it only takes 3 breaths and dies? Who wouldn't question that? That's a very, very easy thing to do, is question it. But the thing is, I understand God is in control. He is in full control of death. So if the baby came into the world, took 3 breaths, and died, I can only assume one thing. There was a reason, and it was his reason, and that's all I need to know. I need not know more. I need not know any more. Maybe there was God works in mysterious ways. I'll tell you this much. And when it's our time, whether we live 150 years, whether we take 3 breaths, when it's our time and our work is done, when our purpose is done, then it's done. He takes it. It's gone. So, what if this was just a nail? We'll call it a axe, a hacking down of the tree. We'll call that situation a hacking, a axing. You know, it's an axing. God works in mysterious ways. It was an axing. Yes, it hurts. It don't feel good. But who are we to question the Creator does and why He does it? Who are we? Really, I call it a "Who do you think you are?" That's a "Who do you think you are" moment. When I question anything about God or why He does what He does, I'm having quite plain and simply a "Who do I think I am" moment. Who do I think I am? Who do I think I am to even begin to contemplate or judge, question, consider what it is my Creator's doing, or how He's doing it, or why He's doing it? Who am I? Who am I? Who are you? It's ugly, you guys. I'm telling you. This we ain't even got started. We haven't even got started. We haven't even I haven't and man, I've been on a powerful journey thus far in such a short time. But so powerful, so life changing. I haven't even begun to fully comprehend what's going on. There's no way. It's impossible. It's impossible. The only one thing, the only one thing I do is I acknowledge that power. I acknowledge it fully and have fully submitted. I am in the passenger seat now. I used to think I was driving the car. I used to think I was the one behind the wheel. Hey, it's like driving a car, you know. I'm thinking I'm driving down the street. You know, I'm driving. I gotta be aware of everything around me. I mean, I gotta watch the road ahead. Gotta watch my side roads. I gotta watch the rear view, see what's going on back there. I gotta watch out for bicyclists, pedestrians, other vehicles, potholes, ice, black ice, uh, dogs, squirrels, deer, birds. I gotta be vigilant of all that. That's very stressful. If you really think about it, that could be a very stressful thing. It's stressful when you're driving because you got to, you know, it's all on your shoulders. It's all you. You're the one in control. And then I realized I'm not driving this car at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not driving this car at all. I have no choice in the direction. Um, it's not my car. So what I did was plain and simply mentally, I shifted myself from the driver's seat into the passenger seat. And I gave God full control. Full control. What He desired of me, He got of me. Exactly what He wanted. I am the tree and He's the carpenter. So He's got full control. And I'll tell you this: life is sweet on the passenger seat. Life is sweet on the passenger seat. I swear. I swear. Because now I ain't got to, you know, now I ain't got to watch and worry and I ain't gotta do that. I could just sit back and look at out the window. What was, you know, I could. Did you see that? Did you stick my head out the? It's fun. You see a lot, you learn a lot, and it's it's easy. It's cool. I mean, when you put yourself in the passenger seat, you don't worry. You don't doubt. You don't stress. You don't fear. Hold on. Hold on. Let me rewind that for you guys. When you're in the passenger seat, you don't stress. You don't worry. You don't doubt. You don't fear. You don't need. Y'all ain't feeling me. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what it is not to worry? Imagine that one. Not, not, not worrying about nothing. You're literally not worried about nothing. I mean, what is there to worry about? You're not worried about nothing. Not worried about bills. Uh, Nothing. You have no worries. You have no worries. No fear. I mean, no stress. You guys, the passenger seat is lovely. Once you realize that you're not driving the car and hop on over, because really it's not even you hopping back over into the passenger seat. Really, you're in the passenger seat anyway, whether you like it or not. You're in the passenger seat. But what you need to do is stop being the backseat driver. Stop trying to grab the wheel and think you know what you're doing. It's not what it is, man. It's not what it is. You, this is really a lot deeper than you can even imagine, you guys. I mean, my own testimony, my testimony of my life and my walk. Well, we'll get to that another time.